Hey, everybody, what's going on? What's happening? What's shaking? Things going on your Monday night. Hope you had a great weekend. It's been raining and miserable here in Dallas all day long. Somehow weather in the 40s with rain, it just seems colder than any other kind of weather. Worked all weekend at the big fancy radio company. Let me tell you something. Being on the air for 8 hours solid, that ain't for sissies, ladies and gentlemen. That ain't for sissies. Wild Bill says he had a stomach bug. I hope he's feeling better. Hope you're feeling better, man. Hope you're feeling better. But that ain't for sissies. I have a thing I don't even know if I should tell you about. I kind of feel like I shouldn't, but also I kind of want to. You may notice I'm not wearing my ring. You may notice my pinky finger is purple. It's not doing that great on this side. Look at that. Look at that hand. Can you see the purple? Can you see the purple here? And let me tell you something. This is one of the most embarrassing things that's ever happened to me. Saturday is the day when I'm on the Texas State Network. I'm on 130 stations. And I think my first broadcast, because there's only 5-minute updates. I do 5-minute updates every hour on the 5 till the hour. And the stations can play them whenever they want, but that's when I do them live. Then I think at like 7:55 in the morning, I do 1-minute updates at 10 till. And I do that all the way up till noon. And then at noon, I do a 15-minute broadcast. You don't care. But after that, I'm hungry because I get in there like at 4 in the morning or 5, and I am hungry. Well, as luck would have it, right next to what used to be the CBS radio building in downtown Dallas is now the Odyssey building. There is a company-owned McDonald's, not a franchise, a company-owned. And just so you know the difference, the franchisees, these are fine people who decided to buy a McDonald's franchise, and you know they're looking to make as much money as possible. But a company-owned, well, everything is done perfectly at a company-owned McDonald's. I mean, you know those pictures you see in McDonald's of the perfect quarter pounder and the perfect Big Mac and the perfect fries? That's what they have there. And they use those stores to train people, and then they also pay a little more so they get better workers, and then everything's great. So that's like there's a driveway for the parking structure at the big fancy radio building. And on the other side of that little driveway is a McDonald's parking lot. It's the McDonald's of the Star. It's such a good McDonald's. So typically what I do is I go over there, and they got a deal. I think it's $3.50. You get a small fry and a double cheeseburger. I get 2 of those, and I head for home. And I've got my fancy briefcase with me with my headphones in it. Kind of a messenger bag and other things. You know, usually it's got ibuprofen. Ibuprofen. And it's got other stuff in there, you know, business stuff, pens, stuff. I think there's a Dennis Bergkamp autobiography. I think there's a 100th anniversary of Ball State. You don't care. Anyway, I'm carrying that stuff and my phone, because I was talking to somebody, and my McDonald's. Well, the bag was in the center. You're going to laugh. You're going to laugh. Okay. I'm walking, and I stub my toe a little bit, like just caught my toe, and I start to stumble. Well, when I was young and spry, and I didn't just have sciatica, I could have recovered. But this sciatica leg, it's kind of numb sometimes still. It doesn't have its full strength. And so I start stumbling and trying to catch my balance, and I'm actually picking up speed. If I had just fallen down, I probably wouldn't have any problem. And I'm telling you what, I landed very hard. Now, I used to be a goalkeeper, as many of you know, and I've dived and fallen a million ways. Well, I had my hands full of stuff, so I couldn't put my hands out to catch myself. And I hit hard. I fractured one of my ribs. My head, because I turned my head the last second, bounced off of the cement. And this hand got caught underneath me. As you can see, it's all purple. I think you can see that, can't you? So my ring doesn't even fit on it. That's pretty stupid. People came from the McDonald's drive-thru to see if I was okay. Oh yeah, blood coming out of the nose. And also, I hit so hard, I didn't break any teeth, but I hit my head so hard that my gums were bleeding, and so there's blood all over my mouth. Ripped my jeans on both of my knees. They're bleeding. It was bad. Then I went in for 8 hours on the air the next day, which is hard because I'm on the air for 2.5 hours solid, and I get there real early. And then it's bottom of the hour, top of the hour, bottom of the hour, top of the hour, and you're writing stories and voicing them. And that is a long day. So anyway, I just thought I'd update you. I haven't told anybody else. I have a family member I'm going to tell tomorrow, but I'm okay. Wild Bill says it's the Stone Green host, Tom Gully. I always get worried that people are going to think that means I'm a pothead or something. No, Stone Green, not even his show, rates talk show hosts. Green being the best, orange being meh, and red being awful. Well, they went, and I'm so honored by this, they have made me in stone. He coined the phrase Stone Green. He's like, look, you are etched in stone, a green host, the only one. So that's what that means. Oh, God dog it. I was going to convert. I gotta make a note to do that. I'm going to get that Stone Green. I could make it a background. Hold on. I'll do it for a second. I mean, if you guys are willing to wait, I'll go ahead and do that for a second. I think I can do that. Let's see here, virtual background. I'll just add one, and let's see if I can do this. Let's see how good I am. Generic, certified Stone Green. Here we go. Boom. Well, I'll save that background. You know what? I'm going to keep that up the whole show now. No, I'm not. There I am, certified Stone Green. That's it. You guys get it. I'm going back to my thematic that I made. I'll delete that one. See ya. We'll go back to the other one. Oh, anyway. Sook's here. Hey, Sook, how you doing? Morning, Tom. How you doing? Good to see you. By the way, you can go to the TomGullyShow.com. Tons of podcasts there if you're a podcast person. That's also where you can get to the merch store. You can also go to cafepress.com/The Tom Gully Show. It's all in the crawl or in the description if you're on YouTube. By the way, YouTube is the recommended way to watch the program. Or, man, I'll tell you what, pain, doctors, man, I could use some donations. I thought about shaking a thing. I had a thing to shake at you, like that steel-toed store brand roasted peanuts. There you go. I'm not going to do that though. Anyway, you can go to paypal.me/Tom Gully Show. Trevor Garner, who we'll have on much later in the show after I do my thing, if he's on Skype, he gave, and as you guys know, I barely like Trevor. Okay. Most of my life, I've had a really contentious relationship with Trevor. He donated. I'm not trying to put pressure on anybody, but you know what I'm saying. So did other people, and thank you. By the way, that's why your hand looks right before you makes you go blind. I knew it. I knew somebody would say. Chef is in the house. By the way, it takes two hands, pal. Reverend Wild Bill, nay, nay, a company owned, I say. Timber, Tom's middle name is Grace. Thomas Grace Kelly, there you go. You should see the other guy. Oh, man, I felt so stupid. And these people came over, and I'm like slowly getting up because, man, it knocked me silly. I mean, boom. You ever land so hard that you just want to sit there for a second and just moan? But I started getting up, and these dudes in this pickup truck, a couple brothers, man, you okay, man? Man, you took a spill, man. Oh, by the way, ripped my bag with the McDonald's stuff. I'm putting double cheeseburgers back in the bag and twisting it so it's not all over. Yeah. I go, no, I'm not okay. I feel stupid. They're like, bro, you're bleeding all over the place. Oh, dear. Didn't say anything. Didn't say a word to anybody about it. Praying there was no security footage. Suk says, restart this story. So I was doing MMA. You're one lucky hombre. I know, and I'm old now. I'm old. So I got home. I can't put the ring on. I barely got it off. I started thinking, it's like, is this what it is, being old? But I had it. And then I could feel that one leg with the sciatica was not doing its job. It just goes a little numb. When I try to run a little bit, it's just not back to full strength. And it's like, is this what it is now? I'm going to break my hip? Is that it? I got so many family members that are like, well, she went in that hospital. She broke her hip. She went in that hospital. She never came out. Rari Insatata says nothing worse than having to speak with a mouth injury. Well, I didn't really have it. It was a little sore, but it's up in yonder. It wasn't. I was talking fine. Ribbon Wild Bill says they can rate you green 1 month and red the next, but Tom's will never change. That's correct. Was the McDonald's food unharmed? Says Julian Zeezer. Julian, I like the way you think, brother. I love the way you think. It was unharmed. Diane Jean O'Brien says, what have you been doing to yourself now, Tom? Paz is here. All right. Kelly Haggerty is here. Kelly says, hey, Tom. Hello, Kelly. I think you're a newcomer here. We're glad to have you. Karen Garvey, I think one of my most wonderful followers, says, oh no, all your fingers look bruised. Unfortunately, the taller you are, the harder you fall. The farther you fall, too. But yeah, this one's let me put it over so you can see it. Yeah, that pinky ain't doing no good. And then we got it in here, too, on this side. Because my hand was who cares? Lyndon says, the night I was at the ER, my friend fell and fractured their pelvis in 4 places. I'm not. Kirkland saying Tom begging is for dogs at barbecues and steel toe. Please don't do it. I know. And Reverend Wild Bill, thank you so much. You always remind me of this. Hey, look, I understand. I mean, I was watching Shuley this weekend. Those guys got 2,000 followers at once. If I got 30, I'd throw a parade. And I'm just trying to make just a little, But if you don't feel like contributing monetarily or buying a shirt, I get it. Times are tough. But for free, if you like the show and you want your friends to see it, hit that like button. He says smash that share. You don't have to smash it. You can gently click it. Whatever you want to do. Smash it if you want to. Like, share, and subscribe. Man, that would be great. Anything you can do. Paz says, all my money goes to try to cover the medical bills. Sorry, Tom. I got you, Paz. I got you. And Wild Bill said it again, and I appreciate that. Jokerfish is here. Jokerfish, every time I see your name, I want to go, Joker. Rari says, I sure hope nobody saw that. I don't mind the people that actually did see it. I mind the people that would have been able to watch it on security footage over and over again. Old? Tom, wait till you're my age. Well, as my grandma used to say, this old age ain't for sissies. Diana Chino Bryan says, I don't want to laugh, but I am. There we go. We should never have become bipeds. Says Julian Caesar. That's great. Jokerfish says that. Awesome. But you know what? With all that in mind, what I did was I went out. Oh, Trevor's got some. What was your favorite 80s McDonald's commercial? Well, I do have a favorite McDonald's commercial. Just for you, Trevor. Before I get to one of, I may not get donations tonight, but I put together a hell of a show tonight. A hell of a show. I'm very excited about this show. Hell of a show. I know I don't like to use that kind of language, but this may not be from the 80s. Let's see if I can find it first. Then I'm going to share it. This is it. I found it. Trevor, just for you. Just for you, Trevor. Just in case you get the idea that I don't like you. You annoy the hell out of me, but I have a lot of friends that annoy the hell out of me. All right, I'm going to show you this commercial. Hold on. Might be a little echo here. I don't know. Hold on.
Teamwork lights you up.
Would you please?
With
you
Asana,
with that?
many hands coordinate across many different types of teams, keeping tasks and like moments on track and on time, so your team can light up the world. Try Asana.
All right, here we go.
Grab a bucket and mop. Scrub the bottom and top. There is nothing so clean as my burger machine. With a broom and a brush, clean it up for the rush. Before you open the door, put a shine on the floor. When we finish one day, start all over again. Tell me, what does it mean? And McDonald's is clean. You deserve a break today. So get up and get away to McDonald's, McDonald's, McDonald's.
All right, that was 1971. That's my favorite one. And did you notice in that commercial, there's some famous dudes in that commercial. John Amos from Good Times and Die Hard 3 or 2. You guys know John Amos. Come on, John Amos. And then the dude that was in Boogie Nights is also in there. And a bunch of other great character actors that I would know the names of and Trevor wouldn't, but I wouldn't make fun of him. Those are very deep dive character actors. And by the way, they celebrate a time when McDonald's had adults manning all the positions there. Let's see. Corey Feldman, McDonald's commercial. Not familiar with that, Joker. Sorry. Diana says, at least you can laugh about yourself, Tom. Could have been a whole lot worse. It really could have been a whole lot worse. I thought about, because my head literally bounced off of the pavement, I thought if there had been a rock or a piece of glass, it could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot worse. This show is Super Chats is going to be open. Awesome. Hope you're going to get monetized soon. We are such a long way from monetization. It's like I literally am like halfway there. And probably with 5 shows a week, I'm looking at months. Sweet, that's old timey. It is old timey. It's really good. Putting an ad in before you watch an ad, that's just an Australian. It's not Australian at all. Awesome ad. That is a great ad, isn't it? Thank you for asking, Trevor. I love that ad. Oh, good, Tom Gully. Happy Monday. Same to you, Super Jenna. Sunday Jenna, sorry. Sunday, how can I forget that? I want a Sunday. You make the hubby sing that to you at night and stuff. Okay, with all that being said, I can't clap my hands together like I usually do. It's, oh, hey, oh, hey. I can still type. I just can't close this hand all the way. I can close this one. Look at that, baby. Look at that. Fists of power. She says she's super too. Well, good. That's good. Let me tell you, kind of thematically, about the unluckiest people ever. Now, the first photo I can't show you really because it's behind me. It'll make sense in a second. But I'm going to tell you about some of, if not all, the unluckiest people ever, okay? First guy, Frank Salak, native Croatian who was on a train that derailed into the Neretva River in Croatia. It's on a train, it derails into a river. A year later, he's on a plane. When the doors of the plane open, the flight attendant gets sucked out, and so does Frank. Oh, yes. But he landed on a haystack and survived. Everybody else on the plane died. In the following years, Frank survived bus crashes. His car caught on fire twice. And then he won the lottery, but he was really old. So some people would say he's really lucky. I don't know. That's up to you. But now let me tell you about Violet Jessup. There's Violet right there. Violet was a steward on big ocean liners. Big ocean liners, right? In fact, that's what she was doing when she was on a ship called the Olympic, when it was involved in a collision with another ship and sank. But no worries. She got a new job on a ship called the Titanic. But she got into a lifeboat, no problem. So she gets another job. She gets on another ship, and it was called the Britannic. It hit a mine in the Aegean Sea, and, well, that ship sank too. But Violet kept working on ships until 1950, and she died in 1971 at the ripe old age of, I don't know. She was some ripe old age, okay? Let me see what we got here in the chat real quick. That's the worst kind of sucked out, is sucked out of a plane. Yeah, it's not one of the greatest. Jokerfish says, hi, Sunday, Jenna Ribbit. Yes, Sunday knows the Joker. Wait, I missed a couple. Lyndon says, hard to get a shake around these parts. Seems as though the machines are always down. Rumor is they are a pain to clean. They are a pain to clean. And that's weird because Ray Kroc, who, if you watch a great movie with Michael Keaton called The Founder, Ray Kroc originally got involved with McDonald's because he was selling shake machines. Hi, and welcome to Tom Gully Show. You are on the air.
Hey, it's Kirkland Red.
Hey, Kirkland, what's going on, man?
Hey, you just reminded me of something. A few years ago, I was in Branson, Missouri, and I saw the Titanic Museum. And there is an unusual amount of Titanic survivors that also suffered and were killed in the Holocaust. Oh. And they actually have like a memento to them. And I just thought, well, what kind of luck is that?
Oh, yeah. That's not good luck. Well, there's a lot of rich people on the Titanic. I know that. And a lot of the ones that survived were rich. The people in steerage, not many of them survived.
Yeah, anyways, I'll call and check on you and see what's going on with your next tragic event that you have planned.
Thank you, and I will never forget you for putting Tom Gully forever in Stuttering John's chat. You're a legend.
I'll do it again one of these days.
Okay, man. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Kirkland Reds 100s. That's a dude, man. That's a dude. Let me see here. Rari Incatata says the door opened mid-flight. He got that Boeing special. Yeah, Joker says that's outrageous. Wow, some luck she had. Jesus. Hope she wasn't charged with her crimes. She's like, what a gal, says Diana Jean O'Brien. Reverend Bill says she was a jinx. Ferrari says, was the mine okay? Ray Kroc says, the Steve Jobs of hot sandwiches. Actually, the other two guys, the McDonald brothers, they were the ones. You got to watch the movie. It's called The Founder, and you'll see how Ray Kroc really weaseled his way into ownership of that company. But the guys that actually owned McDonald's, the McDonald's brothers, they're the ones that figured out timing how to make the food and get it out the door in fast fashion. They're the geniuses. He was just a great salesman. Suk says 4 very prominent world bankers on the Titanic too, who were opposed to the Federal Reserve. Make of that what you will. Yeah, J. Pierpont Morgan. I mean, there was a bunch of biggies. The unsinkable Molly Brown was on it. How about the Japanese guy who got nuked twice? Delco, you're spoiling my show. No, you're not spoiling my show at all. But I will talk about him very shortly. Very, very shortly. The next really unlucky person was a gentleman by the name of Ludger Silberus. Unlucky because of the name, certainly, but he was also a convicted felon living in Martinique, and he was put in a cell. You're looking at it in Martinique. Unfortunately, a volcano erupted in Martinique, resulting in 30,000 deaths, and he was found in that cell, barely alive, and really burned. He was very, very, very badly burned. He did survive, but doesn't that look kind of like an oven? Really? Now, as my good friend Delco Chris was just talking about, we have the case of Tsutomu Yamaguchi. Tsutomu was a worker in Hiroshima when, yep, you guessed it, he looked up and he saw this huge flash in the sky. Burned and suffering, he left Hiroshima by train the next day to go home, kick back, and recuperate. Unfortunately, his home was Nagasaki. Well, you can see what happened there. I've got it in picture form for you, right? I mean, come on. Come on. The next unlucky person that I have to tell you about was a guy named Walter Summerford. Walter Summerford, Major Walter Summerford, was struck by lightning the first time while riding a horse in World War I. Then the next time he was struck by lightning, he was sitting under a tree fishing. Truth is, the second time, first time he got paralyzed by being struck by lightning. The second time kind of cured his paralysis. Excuse me. And then there's another time that he got struck by lightning that's so boring, they don't even list why, how that happened. 2 years after the third time he got struck by lightning, he died. And then 6 years after he died, his grave got struck by lightning. The headstone, the grave itself, boom, struck by lightning. Guy couldn't catch a break. I'm going to tell you about a guy, you may know this man. His name is Adolph Sax. And sure, Adolph Sax invented the saxophone. But that's kind of burying the lead. When he was a boy, he fell out of a 3-story window. He also swallowed a needle. Then he fell on a hot stove, landed in a cast iron pan and was burned. He almost drowned, and then he was horribly burned in a gunpowder explosion. But he did invent the saxophone. He did. Now I'm going to tell you about Henry Ziegland. So Henry Ziegland had this girlfriend. She was a little nutty. And he broke up with her, so she killed herself. The girl's brother was so mad about the breakup and his sister killing herself that he tried to kill Henry. And he tried to shoot him with a gun. And he missed, but the bullet lodged in a nearby tree. When Henry tried to get rid of the tree, because it was on his property, he did so by blowing it up with dynamite. And when he blew it up with dynamite, the bullet, right in the old brain pan, that was the end of Henry Ziegland. The last person I'm going to tell you about was a gentleman by the name of Michael Malloy. Oh, yes, Michael Malloy. He was an Irishman living in New York. And he had 5 friends. And these 5 friends took out multiple life insurance policies on him and tried to kill him. And since he was Irish, the first way they tried to kill him was by getting him to drink himself to death. And that was the time that the owner of the pub, who was one of the guys that was trying to kill him, laced his beer with antifreeze, but that didn't kill him. Then they tried running him over, but that didn't kill him. Then they left him passed out in sub-zero temperatures, but that didn't kill him. Hey, but good news. They ended up gassing him, and that was the end of Michael Malloy. But the other good news is 4 of the 5 guys were executed, and the other one was just put in prison for life. So that's the story of the unluckiest people ever. I hope you enjoyed it. Please keep your applause to a minimum. Well, let's see here before we try to get a hold of Trevor Garner. Jokerfish does a good PBS show about McDonald's and fast food. It is actually fascinating. Jokerfish says, I was going to ask about him. Delco Chris is like Harvey Firestein in Independence Day. Was it Independence Day? The hand of God. Don't talk to me about the hand of... You're talking about Diego Maradona? Let's see. Delco Chris says, all these guys are like bad luck Schleprock from the Flintstones. That's karma for you. Sure is. The lightning guy's nickname was Rod. That's funny. Michael was probably back in town. Yes, he was probably back in town. Moved to New York instead of to England. I think I've seen a movie about Mike Malloy. Could be. He deserves a movie. Moral of the story, choose your friends wisely. Sandy Eastman says, I just got off work. Sandy has an interesting job. If she's doing the same job, she has a very interesting job. She's got a very, very interesting job. All right, let's see if we can... I don't know why I do this, but I'm doing it. I don't know why. No idea why I'm doing this. Hi, welcome to the Tom Gully Show. You're on the air.
Hello,
Yes.
the Tom Gully Show.
Yes.
Hi, Tom Gully.
How you doing, Trevor?
I'm all right. How are you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm just fine. I'm just fine.
Well, that's good.
Thank you for asking.
So-
Did you guys say bad
That's
things
today.
on my... Did you say bad things about me on your show this past week?
No, we didn't talk about you at all.
Awesome. That's the way, I like it,
Well, that's good. We didn't really have anything to say. I didn't do a show, actually. I didn't do a show at last week.
Why not?
Yesterday. Oh, I'm sick again.
Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well, you don't like me, so I guess it's okay.
No, I do like you. You just irritate me.
Okay, well, some people don't get along with each other. I will just leave it at that.
No, I think we're fine. It's just you
Okay.
sometimes you irritate. I have lots of friends that irritate me. I'm sure I irritate them.
But I mean, I like a McRib, and what do you like? You probably don't like what I like.
I occasionally like a McRib, but see, I live in Texas, and I can get much better barbecue than a McRib. But occasionally, I like a McRib. Occasionally, my go-tos are the double cheeseburger, the quarter pounder, and the Big Mac. But what I really like is when they run that special where they have that Big Mac sauce and lettuce that they put on like a quarter pounder. That I love.
That must be something only in Texas. I don't know if we have that here.
They do it nationally, but they don't do it for very long. And you know what else I like? I like the deal they have at the McDonald's I go to, where if you buy like a Big Mac or a quarter pounder, you can get another one for $1.
Yeah, they had that stuff in the 70s where they had like trivia games. You could scratch off and win like an extra sandwich.
Yeah.
We used to do that as kids, ride our bikes from McDonald's to McDonald's.
They had
scratch offs.
the Monopoly game, and then they for a little while had the Caterpillar game.
Yeah, you're about my age. Do you remember like Wendy's? They used to have those sports trivia games.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and man, Wendy's. When I had soccer practice in high school, every day after practice, I'd go to Wendy's. I'd get a Wendy's double, and a Frosty. Oh,
The
Frosty. Oh boy, gotta love a Frosty.
What is Wild Bill like?
I don't know. He'll put it in the chat. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Wild Bill likes is he likes a white pizza. It's like an Alfredo-y chicken pizza or something like that. I know he likes that.
Yeah. Dave Lehrman took me on a trip once. We were in Vegas to Secret Pizza. It was in the mall in Las Vegas. And Dave goes, I got to show you this place. And I go, what is it? He's like, it's called Secret Pizza. So we went into the mall, like through the back of the mall where they have like the elevator behind the stores. And Dave was like running up and down the all aisles. And he came up to a secret pizza place back in the back, and only Dave knew it. And we ate secret pizza.
Dave, that's a very Dave Lehrman story.
And he also ate food off the ground in front of like people's doors. You know, the pizza stuff they tossed out.
Yeah, Dave was crazy, man. But Dave always knew the little secret, and Dave could like worm his way into any situation. He would figure out a way to talk his way into a place that you couldn't get into, or get somebody to break the rules for him. He was great at that.
Yeah, there was a time that he took us to like go see this show, and he got like free passes, and we got there and they had already started the show, and he went back into his apartment and sulked and just left us stranded. Because if he doesn't get his way, he would just go home and cry with his ball.
Yeah.
So
that's Dave for you.
Way.
That's Dave Lehrman, the late great Dave Lehrman. He told me the last time I talked to him that he was going to make me the beneficiary of his riches, because he had gotten a bunch of money when his mom died. And and I was like, Dave, I don't want that. Please don't do that. Don't do that.
Well, we already know the end story. You know, he probably got my mother's lawyer or somebody took it. But, you know, Dave was just, I don't know. He's Dave, and he spent all his money on his mom going to Disneyland before she passed, and then
he got a bunch of money anyway when they sold the restaurant. And then when the big estate, then his sisters came in and lawyers, and he was going to fight it and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, man, I don't want any part of that. Don't drag me into it.
Yeah. He made his living off of game shows and reality.
Oh yeah, game shows and reality shows. He wrote that book about how he did it. He was on Jenny Jones like 5 times, and yeah. Well, anyway.
What else today?
I'm sorry, sir.
Give us a topic. What's the topic today?
Well, there's no topic. I just did the story, and It's about all those unlucky people, and now I'm talking to you.
Okay, I was watching a silent movie last night. Do you like silent movies?
Depends on what the movie is.
Well, did you used to go to the silent movie theater with, down on Fairfax?
Once in a while, but what's your
Yeah,
favorite silent movie?
Oh, I don't really have one. I mean, I know Harold Lloyd and, Buster Keaton. I was there. The Organist. I didn't really have one favorite one. I just used to go there just for kicks. My friend Ben Lamont used to take us. So I didn't really have a special one. I just wonder what you thought of them. I thought,
I like a lot. I went to film school. I like a lot of them.
Well, it's like I think about like these guys that in the 1900s, how old they lived, like 50 years old, as old as they ever got. The lifespan of people back then wasn't very long. Like I've already outlived those people. Can you imagine how old I would have been if I was?
Yeah, good job, man.
I've already outlived the people from the 1900s, what they lived in a regular life.
I know. What now? What's wrong with you right now? What are you sick? What's the sickness you have?
Oh, foot surgery.
What kind of surgery?
My foot, the ulcer.
Did you have the surgery or do you need the surgery?
I had it 3 days ago. I'm just laid up in bed right now talking to you.
Oh, well, man, you got to recuperate. Do what the doctor says.
Oh, yeah, but you're part of it.
Oh, okay.
You're part of my life.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well,
without you, I'm not going to survive.
Well, you're in trouble. But I'm on every day, Monday through Friday. I'll call you tomorrow. See how you're doing.
Okay, and then I'll send you $10. I mean, if I've got to pay you to come on, I don't have a problem.
No, you don't got to
with that.
pay me. I'll call you tomorrow. Just call
Everybody sends money to the Tom Gully Show. This is from Trevor. Trevor, the guy that Tom doesn't like, but I still send him money. Everybody sends money.
You're fine.
He's going to start a telethon, and all you guys just send in your pennies. How's that?
Stop it. All right, man.
Come on.
I'll call you tomorrow. We'll call you every day this week and see how your foot's doing.
The phones are ringing. Call in now.
All right, man. Take it easy. Get well soon.
Okay, thank you, Tom Gully.
All right. Bye-bye. Trevor Garner, Trevor's Happy Hour. He's not on the sauce anymore. That's good. Jokerfish says, I'm blind in Texas. Wasp. Well, there's a lot of us. I'm not a wasp. I'm a wask or a wassa. I don't know what I am, but I am in Texas. I'm not blind, though. Randy Ramos says the Monopoly game was rigged. It was kind of rigged. It was like, it was easy to get the first 4 things you needed, and then they only had like 4 of the other ones that they released. So that 5th one you needed, because you always, man, all I need is one more. Jokerfish says Illuminati Pizza in Chicago had great deep dish. I'm telling you, if you don't live with his great deep dish, get that Geno's East frozen. Make your grocer get it for you. Geno's East, Genos. Man, it's good stuff. Rare Incatata says white pizza is the best. I agree. IPM Nation says, am I still banned? If you have to ask, yes. I haven't banned you from the chat, but we can do that. We can make that happen. Hey, Wild Bill, what's going on?
Is this the Tom Gully Pledge-a-thon?
It is the Pledge-a-thon.
Hey, well, I was just calling to, I put it in the comments, but I thought I'd just call it in anyways. But he's talking about this hamburger stuff.
Oh, you're a Burger King guy, double Whopper and onion rings.
Right. I really don't do fast food burgers because parts are part, pieces are pieces. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's that pizza?
And,
what's that pizza you like? You always talk about.
Oh, that's it's a white pizza, but it's a
chicken ranch or chicken.
It's a Greek pizza. Is what it is.
Mm.
It's a Greek pizza. It's
got the feta cheese on it.
It's kind of a chicken fettuccine pizza.
Okay.
You know, but it's chicken, tomato, little bit of chunk of tomato, little bitty pieces, just that little bit of acid kind of helps.
Yeah.
And spinach on Alfredo sauce with all your white cheeses, including feta. And oh, it's so good. Hell, it's better than sex almost.
It's been so long,
As long
I
as
can't
that's been
remember.
about sex, I was going to say probably better than sex.
Wow. Hey, all right. Plus, you
But
don't have
anyway.
to cuddle with the pizza after.
And you ain't got to have no dadgum conversation with it either, you know?
Yeah, I know.
And about the only conversation you have with is when you're eating, oh, baby, you're so good. God, come here to daddy. Oh, yes. Just fill me up. Come on. So
Stop
good.
it.
Anyway, I always, you can ask Mel, I'm kind of a person that's known to like to play with his food.
Yeah.
Waitresses, every time the waitress calls, first thing, bring extra napkins. And they kind of look like, I like to play with my food,
Okay.
And then sometimes you get that food that likes to fight back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No.
That's one reason why I gave up crab legs and stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Too much work.
When your supper whoops you. That's not good, especially when you're at one of those restaurants. All those people looking at you and everything.
Yeah, I hear you. You're
And
cracking that thing.
And you got these legs whooping the hell out of you.
Yeah, that's no good.
And then you finally just throw them on the floor and say, the heck with it, and you go get soup. It don't fight back.
No, I hate soup.
Anyway,
I'm on
I
record.
just wanted to call and say, that mine is a Burger King. I like that open flame taste.
Yeah.
A grilled, sort of a grilled taste.
Broiler.
Yeah, if I do any hamburgers, usually it's home. And there again, the grill.
Yes.
And it's just burger McDonald's. If I have to do McDonald's, usually it's quarter pound. Or what I like to do is you have some McDonald's they'll do it for free. Some you have to pay them extra. But I like to get the double cheese, not the double meat double cheese. I just like to get the double meat cheeseburger, the cheaper one. But instead of all that ketchup mustard stuff, I just have them put Whopper sauce on it.
Yeah, the difference between a double cheeseburger and a McDouble at McDonald's is that McDouble only has one piece of cheese.
That's what I get is a McDouble then.
Yeah.
Because I'm there again. Sometimes I'd rather do without cheese. Like when it comes to a quarter pound,
Yeah.
I'd rather get a quarter pound without cheese.
And you can.
And if you order a quarter pound at McDonald's, they take it as a cheese quarter pound.
Yeah.
You tell them you don't want cheese on it, it's still the same daggum price.
Yeah, I know.
But if you try to add cheese to something, then they're going to stab you for an extra $1.
They get you coming and going, don't they?
And you know how I cure that problem?
You just quit going.
I don't go to McDonald's. I just don't go.
All right, man.
That little one, there again, my $1 here and there ain't going to hurt them anyway, that big conglomerate.
That's right.
Especially with all the nice attitudes that usually they have when they're working in there.
Yeah.
The high-skilled personnel that they have working at those places.
That company store, man, they are skilled, and to my credit,
skilled, all right.
that company store, not one of them people laughed at me when I went in the next day.
You talking about yeah. That's like the one that's at Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
At the World of Coke.
Yeah.
It's like that one. They own that one.
Yeah.
I mean, Coca-Cola owns that one. It's a completely different critter. Right,
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
As a matter of fact, they even carry some stuff that the regular outside McDonald's doesn't carry.
Exactly. Anyway.
Like their selection in salads.
Yes.
They got a killer selection in salads, which if you go to the regular McDonald's, you got, one or two that you can choose from?
I don't look at the salad there.
But you go to the corporate or the company store one, they got like 6 different salads you can get.
Yeah. That I also don't look at.
Different dressings.
Yeah.
Huh?
I said I also don't look at those, but anyway, I got to get going here.
Well, I like a good rabbit food every once in a while. But anyway, let me let you run through it. I'll get you later.
Chats are backing up on me. We'll talk at you later.
Brother.
Thank you for calling, man. Oh, I love talking to Wild Bill. Manco Pizza, Ocean City, New Jersey is excellent. I'm going to take your word for it. Did you go to the Underground House in Vegas? I did not. No, I was too busy getting gypped over at the East Side Scammery. Your favorite place, Sandy. Reverend Wild Bill says, I'm a Burger King. Oh, we already covered that. Really don't do fast food burgers. Culver's has a good fast food burger. They do indeed, and they have good shakes there. Fawn Leibowitz says, how's it going, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good night. Same to you, Fawn. I'm glad to see you here. Sorry about that kiln explosion. New season of True Detective is very interesting. I've heard a lot of people saying that. The Jodie Foster one. What's it called? Night Patrol or Night something? Good black and white is Nosferatu from 1922. It is good. Julian Zezer says silent movies used to have musical accompaniment that came with the piano score mostly, or organ. Sure, they play that right in the theater. Randy Ramos says, if I remember correctly, they arrested one of the people in the marketing department. Well, that could be any company, really. Wild Bill's salute. Fawn Leibowitz says, have you heard any news on Phil Elmore? I missed the show. Hey, I did hear from Phil 2 weeks ago, I think, and he said he was enjoying this show, which he didn't have to do. It was very nice of him. And I said, hey, I understand, Phil. Sometimes certain people make it not fun. If it's not fun, you shouldn't do it. And I got a thumbs up from him, and I'll reach out to Phil here again soon. Randy Ramos says, I have that pizza on my menu. Hey, now. Randy Ramos is a chef. Delco says, it will only ever be Mac and Manco to me. Fawn Leibowitz says, I think that caller is trolling you. Nah, he's not trolling me. Lyndon, he used to, but he's not now. Lyndon says, you are right. Fawn Leibowitz says, do you think Vince the lawyer is the reason Phil Elmore left Surviving the News? Don't know, wouldn't speak for Phil. All I know is, at some point, it became not fun. I would imagine, I know there was one person that was both impersonating and harassing his family members. And I can't say one good thing about Vince the lawyer. I know a lot of people like him, and I think he's just, there's nothing worthwhile about that individual at all. Zero. He's not smart. He thinks he knows about a lot of stuff. Man, he'll dish out legal advice, even though it says nothing in this show is legal advice. He will dish out medical advice. He'll dish out relationship advice. He knows everything. Yet he's trolling people online. I don't think those two things go together. I don't think if Einstein was alive right now, he'd be trolling people online. No Company Store, rank and file. They're getting paid well. Sunday Genesis, I miss Phil's show too. I think we all do. I think Phil could do a show just on about anything, and it'd be interesting. Vince is evil. He sure is. John McMurdo says, greeting from Canada. Hope you're doing well, Tom. I am John. And wasn't it you and your brother that used to listen? I'm pretty sure that's who I'm talking to. I agree. Vince is a big troll. And look, there's trolls that are interesting. He's not worthwhile. There's nothing worthwhile about him. Not one thing. Terry Nee says, crap, I need to set my alarm for 7 p.m., 7 Eastern. John McMurdo says it was. I don't forget a fine listener. Karen Garvey says, G.E. Terry Nee. Terry Nee. Good old Terry Nee. Yeah, I did Terry 2 knees. My knees are skinned up and sore like you can't imagine. Like you can't imagine. Better late than not at all, Terry. I like the way you think, Sunday Jenna. I love the way you think. So, anyway, I told you I had a hell of a show planned for you tonight. A hell of a show. You're going to have to forgive me. Like, subscribe, share. Liking don't cost you nothing, right? Just go ahead and like it. Share it to a friend. Look, I know maybe you have friends that you like and don't want to infect them with this show. But if you've got a friend that's as equally twisted as you are, go ahead and share it with them. and then subscribe if you'd like to. And then, of course, if you want to go for the whole Megillah, a couple dollars, a couple shekels here and there. By the way, that stuttering John, just when you think he can't go any lower, he goes lower. Just when you think he can't go any, he goes lower. I liked, and I don't even know what this is. That's how free it is, says the duddled. The duddled? You're going to have to give me a pronunciation key on that, bro. Or better yet, call in 972-994-6822. That's the number to call with the phrase of the base. But I'm going to need a pronunciation key. Phil's a good man. Hope he returns. I have no kind words for VTL. There's nothing worthwhile. He's not funny. He's not interesting. Reverend Wild Bill said, Terry, Grace Gully fell down, went boom this past weekend. Bless his heart. I sure did. Just DDLD. Okay, DDLD. The DDLD. Do I need to, am I being punked here? Is that sand for something? I'm going to check and see if it does. I don't want to be saying something that means something bad or embarrassing to me. I mean, I don't know how more embarrassing I can get. Falling down in the middle of a parking lot. Developmental language disorder. Children with DDLD. I hope that's not what it is. Demand-driven labeling and distribution. That's the one I'm going to go with. Or division of data liaison and distribution. But I like demand-driven labeling and distribution. I like that one. I don't know what it means. Thanks, Joker. And Karen is pretty awesome. You guys are all awesome. You guys are all awesome. No, that's my channel name. Your channel name is the DDLD. That's cool. Describe what your channel's about, and I'll plug it right here. No, it used to mean dry down, low down. I don't know what that means either, but I don't get out much. And when I do, I fall down and injure myself at McDonald's. What's the sign of the purple hand? There it is. Look at that. That's awful. Look at that. That's some messed up fingers there, man. I tried to get my ring on and it wouldn't go. You don't understand how debilitating it is for me not to wear my flashy Ball State ring. I even tried to put it on this finger, but see, this finger is already so messed up from soccer injuries that it never would go over that. I thought, do you wear it on your pinky? I don't even know if it would go on this pinky. Lyndon says, I'm being clean here, Tom, so I will have no comment concerning Stuttering John. You know, one of the things I hate the most about him is how he starts screaming and bellowing. Because sometimes, rarely, I don't like to wear these headphones all the time, and so I'll put on my speaker, and then it's just he's screaming for no reason. He thinks it's macho or cool, and it's so not. Karen is reacting favorably to her many worshipers and fans. Rev Wild Bill says, if you enjoyed the show, want your friends to watch and enjoy, be here to hit like and smash that share button. John McMurdo says, ouch. Are your nerves still okay after that injury? I know sometimes with an injury like that, you lose sensation because not really. I've had bad finger injuries in my life. Hi, and welcome to Tom Gully's show. You're on the air.
Wonderful. Hey, it's Ferrari from the chat. Had to call in. I don't know. Saw things were going well. Probably going to throw a 5 on you tonight. So,
oh, hey, man. If you want, it's okay. And this is who from the chat?
Rari and Citatus.
Oh, Rari. I love your name. What's that name come from?
Incitatus was the Senator Caligula's favorite horse. And I always went with Rari because, I don't know, big fan of Ferrari. I watch
cool.
F1 a lot, so
yeah.
Figured I'd combine the two.
Yeah. F1's awesome.
Figured I'd call in. I turned 24 yesterday, so I figured I'd call in.
Happy birthday, everybody! Let's give Rari and Katatas some, please. Happy birthday. What'd you do?
Well, thank you. I went out to eat, had some pizza. I mean, it was a nice night. Got some like sparkling wine for like $20. I mean, that makes about any night fun. Yeah. So I had some fun with that. I guess I just had some thoughts on my mind. I figured I'd ask, just relating to kind of being young nowadays.
Yeah.
What was the pressure like back when, I don't know, you were in your 20s, in terms of like, I don't know, just succeeding, competition, all that stuff? I feel like social media's made me have this warped view of like what I'm supposed to be in my 20s. And I was wondering if you had that same kind of effect when you were in your 20s.
Well, it was difficult in my 20s because the Civil War was going on. I'm a little older than you. No, when I was in my 20s, I was very, very lucky. I won a scholarship that was attached to a famous late night entertainer. So I'll tell you one thing. I'd like this hair to get straightened out over here. But so I got. It was difficult to get jobs in creative, in advertising. So I mean, I had to work really hard to get that. But I was helped along a little by that. But I did not feel any excess pressure. And I think the pressure today is probably a lot worse. And I think a lot of people are overhyping how successful they are. I think the main thing I would say is find something that you really, really enjoy doing and then work really hard at it. That's the most important thing, because if I had it to do over, I would have never worked in advertising ever, and I would have worked my whole life in broadcasting and done that. You know, the biggest success you can have in life is happiness. So find what makes you happy. That's what I would say. I wouldn't worry about what anybody else is doing, and you know, they could lose it all tomorrow, and then where would they be? I would say find something that makes you happy.
It sounds like very good advice. I guess I'd ask too, like, about the advertising type thing. What are regrets like when you start getting up there and you've just done so much in life? Like, you still beat yourself up over the same things you did when you were, I don't know, when you were 20?
No,
I don't know, because I know there's a
no.
lot of things that I regret now.
a very wise man gave me this advice, and I don't have regrets. I mean, I don't regret things. I can look back on things and say, I wish I had done this or I should have done that. That's just logic. But a very wise person told me when I was very young, he said, you're never wrong when you make a decision. You're never wrong. You take the information that you have, your gut feelings, your heart, whatever you use to make the decision, and you make that decision. And when you made it, it was the best decision you could make. And if you find out it didn't work out the way you wanted, you just course correct. You just correct your course and go on in a different direction. That's what experience is. So I don't have any. I mean, I'm sure other people do, but I don't.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I always, I don't know, maybe it's just because I like I work in finance. So like my job's basically trying to, make decisions off of incomplete data. But I know that like when it comes to regrets, sometimes they're really just useless because you got no idea how things would have turned out. I mean, if I'd gotten some like fancy, like, $100K a year job in like the city or something, I don't know, maybe on my commute I get in a car accident, who knows? You just never know, incomplete data and all that.
Yeah, but also, if you live in a big city, you need more money. $100K in New York they don't go that far. If I was you, Area, I would keep. Oh, well, that's the San Francisco Bay.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, baby,
yeah. I was in East Bay, so
that's
Alameda County.
That's just as bad. I mean, it's tough living in California, in LA or San Francisco, but San Francisco is an amazing city. But if I was you, I would keep the job that I have, and I would pick something that is your passion as a hobby, and at some point you might be able to transition into making that a way of life. But you got to have a passion. You got to have something you love doing.
All right. Have a passion. Seems like move forward on it pretty unrelentingly. I don't know. Take advantage of my youth. Sounds like, you know, because I know eventually I'm going to be at the tripping with the bags of McDonald's phase of my life. So.
Well, you will. You will. But
I'm already there. I mean, I'm in Michigan now, so God, I slip on everything.
Well,
that was a big change.
You know what they say is gather ye buds while ye may. You know, it's the old poem about, you know, life's winged chariot. While you can, you better do the things that, man, I've done a lot of stuff. And you're what's the line? It's it'll never be this good again. No matter how old you are. If you're 40, it'll never be this good again. You know, I'm older than 40, way older. And it'll never be this good again. So I can't go back in time. So enjoy the time you have right in front of you.
Sounds simple, but I think at the end of the day, kind of the best advice tends to be. So thanks for reaffirming some good advice that I have heard, introducing some new things as well. I guess before I go, one last question: do you get more money off of like I don't know, buying a T-shirt, or just like a straight dono? I'm not sure, because I usually am pretty.
It just depends on what you buy. I'll let you guys know. Cafe Press has a base price for all the products that are on it, and then I choose how much to mark them up. Most of them are only marked up $2 or $3 because I would prefer people to be able to more affordably get those things than for me to make money on them. If you're dumb enough to buy one of my shower curtains, yeah, I make a lot of money on that. But straight donation to PayPal, I make all of that money. It goes straight to me. But the T-shirts, I think those are marked up $2 or $3 if they're long sleeve. I don't think I have anything marked up more than like $5 on that whole site, except the shower curtain. Because I do firmly believe if you want one of my shower curtains, you deserve to pay some sort of financial penalty.
I really hate to say that I actually do, as of last week, need a new shower curtain. So I do kind of hate that that's a thing that's now happening in my life.
Yeah, well,
I'll try to pick up a shirt and not be one of the shower curtain people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that, because
thanks a lot.
then you get something too. So that makes me happy. And it's good advertising for me. So
yeah, I don't have a PayPal, so I don't know. I know I've heard there's other sites and stuff, but
don't worry about it.
If you do ever get super chats, I'll throw some stuff.
Yeah,
anyway.
well, that'll be the day. But don't worry about it. I appreciate you just calling, man. You have a good evening.
All right, yeah. Hey, thanks so much. Hope you have a great rest of your show, great rest of your night. Wish you all the best, Tom.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Oh, wow. This has been a good show. It's been a hell of a show. I mean, it's been a hell of a show. My nerves are okay. Joker says, I played soccer. Coach made me a goon. We need the goons. I was a goalkeeper. Some of my favorite people are goons. Rimwell Bill says, John touched me the other day when he started crying. Yeah, well, he called Quadfather Quaddy. Look, I'm not a big fan of Quadfather either. But I'm also not a fan of calling him Quaddy. Yeah, people are saying hello to Rari, wishing him happy birthday, 24th birthday. Yes, Star Mountain is here. Hey, you fellow humans, the rock and roll star. Get some important people in here. Do you believe Vince the Evil Lawyer's kids were afraid of Phil Elmore? Not in the least. That was all made up. Totally made up. There's actually an episode of this show called Vince the Troller. Look into it. I basically imitated Vince for an entire show. Star Mountain made up, but it was funny. If you say. Hello, Star Mountain. It happens in every generation. It does. It does. The only pressure that exists in the world is the pressure you put on yourself. I mean, there are more high-pressured things to do than others, but I wouldn't worry about, Don't worry about it. Karen, people say, hi, Star. How's everything going? Terry Nee said, we had no political correctness. We could start a business without bureaucrats everywhere. That is true. Reverend Wild Bill says, I only have one word to say, and that is winger. Nothing's worse than winger. Joker says, don't worry, Rari. Do your thing and ignore the rest. Yeah, be happy. My only regret, if I had any regrets at all, is that I did not concentrate on my happiness and worked way too hard and way too much for way too long. Good advice. People saying hi. Oh, Sex Babam. Sex Babam may be my favorite band of all time. Tom advertised for Edison. Yes, I sure did. Well, actually, I did the Fire first and then Edison. I'll work and get worried, but stick to it. The DDLD says the old saying is, if you're doing what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. Applies here. It does. And sometimes those kind of jobs do not reward you financially at first. They don't. If I had, like, say I had only worked in radio, the reason I got out of radio, it didn't pay anything. Back then, I won't even comment on now. But I would have been way further up the food chain. And I probably would have been happier because that's what I really like to do. VTO will eventually cross the wrong person. I just want him to dry up and blow away. Always be present in each moment. It goes by fast. That is true, Sunday Jenna. Fawn Liebes says, yes, the pottery business is doing well. Thanks for asking. Sophomore killed in kiln explosion. Any mistakes you make in life should be platforms to learn from and come better. Man, you guys, this is such a good group. That is true, John. Thank you. Star Mountain says, cool. Terry Nee says 110%. Respect others no matter what their position. Star Mountain says, I'm getting back into music and photography. Outstanding. Joker Fish says, Rari, be confident and work. It don't come easy. Keep your head up and work your way up. Your generation is no different than any other. That is true. People are happy that Star Mountain is getting back into his stuff. Stay out of debt, live poor, but have lots of money. Passion that makes money, unfortunately, that's a requirement. Well, if you keep your day job, you can develop your passion till it does start paying. And little more, little more, little more, little more. A lot of people are doing that online. That's what I'm doing with this show. And as you can see, it's taking off like wildfire. I've been stuck at 690 followers for the last month. Remember to have fun too. It's important. Julian says, yes, stay out of debt. Like John Bogle said, pay yourself first. Terry Nee says, since I bought Tom's clock, I've won the lottery every week. Well, many lottery winners do. Say goodnight, Gracie. Good night, Gracie. I'm so old that when God said, let there be light, I flipped the switch. I'm so old, my social security number has only 3 digits. Trickster is worse than winger. I kind of feel like Trickster, it was intended to be bad. Sven Dunkel's here. How you doing, Sven? What's good? Everything, man. Lyndon said, I loved utility pipe construction. No two jobs are the same. You always met new people. There you go. Winger, actually good musicians, but the 80s stuff was unbearable. And the hair and the spandex pants, all hair metal sucked. I'm kind of with you, Star Mountain, but by the way, speaking of metal, I ought to do this real quick. Speaking of metal, where is it at? There it is. Sonic Asylum Radio, good friends of ours. You can go to sonicasylumradio.com or you can go to their Facebook page and tell them Tom sent you. If you haven't heard Metal Maiden Vicky's Metal Euphoria, you have not lived. It's a wonderful show on the weekends. It's 4 or 5 hours long. It's awesome. Trickster was a local band. Star Mountain said, I was a thrash and progressive metal. Julian Caesar says, I wear spandex virtually every day. Yeah, but I bet you don't have that Kip Winger hairdo. So I ride a bike a lot. My face got all blurry. Well, that was a hell of a show we just had, don't you think? Wasn't that a hell of a show? I think it was a hell of a show. I'm sorry. Anybody ever see Slapshot? I love when Paul Newman's character, Reg Dunlop, keeps saying, she's a hell of a gal. Oh, it was a hell of a time. Everything was a hell of a... It's like, it's kind of profanity, but it's not really profanity. Street, oi, punk for life. Kind of a punk rocker myself. Heck of a show, says Delco Chris. Delco Chris, thank you for your donation. That was so nice of you. So yeah, Sonic Asylum Radio. We're on their Facebook page every day too. Hopefully some people are enjoying it. I don't know. Reverend Wild Bill says the show was so today. Let's not get crazy, okay? Let's not. Hey everybody, let's just tap the brakes. Oh man. Unfortunately, that old clock on the wall says I gotta be going here. Yes, I got the Hanson Brothers action figures. Bop. Diana Gino Bryce says, glad you're so chirpy after that fall. Good on you, Tom. I don't know. I'll tell you what, I was tired Sunday. I am tired after I do that Sunday show because I get in there like at 3 or 4 in the morning and then I'm supposed to start at 5, but 5:30 is my first newscast. And then from 6:30 to 9, I'm doing the news wheel constantly. I'm constantly on it. That's a rough, and you got to prepare 2.5 hours of content before you even. Star Mountain's laughing. That's always good. The guy in the train picture is pointing. He seems like a know-it-all. What about this guy over here on the right with his hand on his hip? I like the bus driver from Slapshot. Making it look mean. Reverend says we have to keep Tom humble. Rev, life's been doing that pretty well lately. Nothing like hit some black ice going full horizontal like a cartoon character. Wasn't even ice. I was wearing these cool shoes that I wasn't that used to. And you ever just catch your toe a little bit? You just catch it. It's just, you're a stumble bum for 20 feet. Anyway, well, with all that being said, I think the only thing left to say is, till next time, we'll see you next time.